Excellent. I'd like to call our meeting to order. The meeting April 22nd, 2024. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. Open Meetings Act notice, please.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was sent to the Cranberry Press, Trenton Times, and Home News Tribune on January 5th, 2024, posted on Township's website, and sent to those who requested a copy of this notice. And we'll move on to roll call. Mr. Ferrante?
Here.
Mrs. Kinnear is absent. Dr. Rogers? Here. Mr. Scott? Here. And Mayor Bedaway?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any additions or changes to our agenda for today?
No.
Perfect. We'll continue then. We have 3 proclamations today, and I would like to read them, I guess. Do I read them or do I not read them? I can?
Sure.
I definitely want to read the library one.
So you could skip the one that you've already done if you'd like.
Right.
It's up to you.
Do you have them or do I have them? You have them. They're in that folder. I'm sorry. I gave them right back to you. I read a proclamation at a community event held at the library in celebration of the festival called Holy. So I will not read that today, but congratulations to that community. And it's wonderful for the library to lift community events in that way. We have a library commemorating National Library Week. So this is a proclamation. So whereas libraries provide the opportunity for everyone to pursue their passions and engage in lifelong learning, allowing them to live their best life. Whereas libraries have long served as trusted institutions for all members of the community, regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, and socioeconomic status. Whereas libraries strive to develop and maintain programs and collections that are as diverse as the populations they serve and ensure equity of access for all. Whereas libraries adapt to the ever-changing needs of their communities, continually expanding their collections, services, and partnerships. Whereas libraries play a critical role in the economic vitality of communities by providing internet and technology access, literacy skills, and support for job seekers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. Whereas libraries are accessible and inclusive places that promote a sense of local connection, advancing understanding, civic engagement, and shared community goals. Whereas libraries are cornerstones of democracy, promoting the free exchange of information and ideas for all. Whereas libraries, librarians, and library workers are joining library supporters and advocates across the nation to celebrate National Library Week. Whereas, be it resolved that I, Iman El-Badawi, Mayor of Cranberry Township, proclaim National Library Week, April 7th to 13th, 2024. During this week, I encourage all residents to visit their library to explore the wealth of resources available. Congratulations. Excellent. To receive this will be Dean, right? Mm-hmm. So is this the appropriate time? Can I hand this off now? Okay. Dean, would you like to come up and receive this? Should I?
This is just for the proclamation right now. If you want to come receive it, and then then we'll call you up on when it's on the agenda.
Okay, sorry. For the report. Certainly. Thank you.
Just a couple more minutes.
Thank you so much, Ray. Should I read the Arbor Day proclamation?
Yes, since we have some
Shade tree members here. Okay. We are also recognizing Arbor Day today with this proclamation. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitats for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, whenever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And now, therefore, I, Iman El-Badawi, Mayor of the Township of Cranberry, do hereby proclaim April 26, 2024 as Arbor Day. So congratulations. Yes. Very nice. And both.
Hold on to these.
Okay.
I'll give us to the envelope.
Perfect. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. I would like any amendments to our Township Committee minutes. Seeing none, I'd like to entertain a motion to accept. A motion to.
So moved.
Second?
Excellent.
Thank you. Move on to roll call. Mr. Ferrante?
Abstain.
Mrs. Kinnear is absent. Dr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
And Mayor Bedaway?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go on to reports. Any member would like to start first?
I have a quick one. I can go first. So I was not able to join you on April 8th. I was eclipse chasing in Ohio. But I did dial in from the snarl of the Ohio Turnpike and listen to the 22-minute meeting, which sounds like it was lovely. But a couple things, just quick updates. I attended the school construction groundbreaking on April 9th. The project is moving according to plan. I guess they did asbestos abatement over spring break. They're working on the old library space, and they're working on it in stages to get it done in about 1.5 years, 2 years. It's moving along well. I attended the planning board and the DRC on April 4th, which I think you reported out on. The DRC was a specific review. And then the library board meeting on April 11th I attended, and nothing to note from that. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Any questions for Michael?
I just wanted to add that it was a great event for the school, and fun to see you in a hard hat and the golden shovels, and that they're moving forward.
Excellent. Anybody else would like to go? Matt? Barbara?
Sure. You want to finish that?
I don't know much. I didn't have any of my committees to meet. It was nice, though, on Saturday to be part of the stream cleanup. It was very exciting. Hopefully, we're very successful.
How many people showed up for that event?
Probably, I don't know if it was the actual head count, but it seemed like 40. 40.
45.
Yeah.
And is that number up or down from what it normally is?
It's about stable. Yeah, considering the day, it was
Yeah,
rainy.
yeah, it was
and
rainy.
Yeah.
It was nice to see the members of the Amazon team, the Amazon warehouse team, came
Oh.
again.
And were you instrumental in getting them there?
We got them signed up for the Township News, so we autopiloted. They get the information
Very
and got
nice.
invited that
Very
way. So,
nice. Very,
yeah,
very nice.
their site coordinator gets the news and tracks events and comes when they can. So it's great.
And when will we find out the tonnage of garbage that was
Yeah.
collected that day?
Barbara, do you know?
They send it to. They send it to the chair, and they'll send it to me, but it takes a little while
Okay.
because DPW needs to calculate it, and so does the Watershed Institute.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Matt other than what I had? Okay, wonderful.
I want to thank Matt and his family for cleaning up that Maplewood area. Yeah, that was terrific. That was on the agenda of things that needed to be cleaned. Yeah, they went to Maplewood Avenue and cleaned the entranceway. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank
yeah.
you. Barbara and I walked that area
Sure.
and
we were
it-
checking that area out. Yeah,
It definitely needed attention, so
A lot
yeah.
more trash than I thought.
that's great
Yeah.
that you went there.
I know.
And now there's less trash than you thought of.
Mhm.
Anyway, so I'm just going to finish off the stream cleanup. I think it's about the 14th or 15th year since its inception, and I've made all of them, I think, except for 1 year. And every year I always say, I hope we never have to do this because everyone's taking care of their own trash. But once again, we do meet up, and it, I hate to say it was successful because of all the trash that's picked up. And not only was Amazon there, the Boy Scouts were there, the Girl Scouts were there, the Parks Commission was there. And our elected officials were there. And Watershed Institute brings the gloves, and it's a good event for us to all see what needs to be done. Okay, so I had April 18th was the Environmental Commission meeting, and they're working on continuing to work on the MS4, the inlet mapping. The high school kids, I think, are going to be starting next weekend. And then we have the stream cleanup happened. We had the Girl Scouts come and present, and they're going to come and present. Well, the one will come and present today about their the kiosk upgrading and the garden that they're going to be putting in. Fantastic that the Environmental Commission put together the information that's on the kiosk on Main Street. It was really a group effort on what kind of information. Everyone needs to go and see it. It's on Main Street, and the new kiosk that the Boy Scout, an Eagle Scout project was put up. I think that's pretty much it that I'd like to report out on that. And then also Stream Cleanup Day was Preservation New Jersey, and another hat that my husband and I happen to wear is we're the guides, historic guides. So we had about, I would say, 60 to 70 people come from all over New Jersey to come, and we walked with Chips put together this fantastic program that we walked the streets, and it's just so great to hear what other towns are doing about preserving their historic sites as well, and how well Cranberry is situated. They're just in awe of everything of what's been preserved. And you hear other towns they're knocking things down. Their commission isn't very strong. Their volunteerism for this type of work is not up, and just in the middle of showing them some of the homes, comes marching down the Boy Scouts with the giant tire, and stream cleanup was happening. And, it's just, it just shows the community of Cranberry in a really great light. But I really thank the Cranberry Historic Preservation Society for putting that together.
Awesome. Can I just ask a question, Barbara, regarding the kiosk? What is the mechanism for posting in that kiosk, and who is doing it, and who is going to be maintaining that?
So would you like to field that?
So the information comes from the EC. They provide it to me. I say, yes, it looks good. And then they put it in. And I presume they're going to update it when needed to be updated, or take things out or put things in. John was really good about sending the stuff ahead of time. I said, looks good. Came, he got the key from Donna, brought the key back, and now everything's in the kiosk.
And how often do you anticipate that information will change?
I don't think that often.
No, because there's some really just great general information.
Okay.
And I think, but on the backside, I think what they're going to do is put, just pin up some things about the type of organisms, species that you might see, plants and animals that are out there, and fungus. Don't forget the fungus that are out there. So when you go in, you have information. When you come out, you have information.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Any questions for Barbara? All right. Seeing none, I will share a shorter report. I too wanted to just congratulate the group on the historic tour that was conducted here this weekend by Preservation New Jersey, and heavily serviced, I should say, a lot of effort by CHPS and some effort by HPC. And this historic tour was very informational, and we ended up at the end of the evening, an event was hosted at the Cranberry Inn. So it was just nice that it was all tied in together. The stream cleanup, although I did miss it, I definitely enjoyed the event. It's just a lot of conflicting events, so you kind of have to choose where you end up going. The school groundbreaking was on April 9th. Many members of the township did attend. I think, Michael, you were there. Barbara was there. I was there. We had the police chief. We had staff members. We had previous admin from the school as well. And we had a presentation at the end of it just to show us sort of the timeline of how all that is going to take place. I did attend the library community event, the Holy Festival, on April 13th. It was very well attended, very well done. And the commentary after that event was so positive. And I hope that the library has heard some of the commentary, because it's just been very positive. So congratulations on an event well run. On April 14th, I attended Coffee with a Cop, and I had just missed the chief. I guess he had put in a couple of hours, and I came towards the end of it. And so a couple of our police officers were there, and it was just really nice to see residents come in to sit, to chit chat and just support our police. And there was a wonderful exhibit at the Cranberry Museum called Path to Preservation. If any of you are interested in how things in town were sort of preserved and very deliberately preserved, that would be a very good presentation to catch. The Chief Owens provided some safety tips, how to keep ourselves safe against burglaries. I think that was put up on a Facebook, but I certainly have that information in an email, and I'll try and put some of that maybe in my update. This was in response to your question, Barbara, when you had asked the chief for some tidbits on how to prevent burglaries. Absolutely. And I wanted to share with you all today the very exciting news. I had mentioned last meeting that we were designated New Jersey Healthy Town Up and Coming through the efforts of the Mayor's Wellness Campaign. And we were waiting for a plaque that has arrived. So it says, New Jersey Healthy Town Up and Coming 2023, presented to Cranberry Township for your commitment to improving the health and wellness of your community. And this is issued by New Jersey Healthcare Quality Institute. And congratulations to all of us, because this is a collective effort, well done. I guess so. That's right.
We'll take
That's right. Thank you, Michael. On the official side, the only board that met for me was the Municipal Alliance. The meeting was held on April 16th. They discussed the Municipal Alliance contribution to the National Night Out and the interest to host a presentation on cyber safety. I did make the note that as we invite the town, maybe we sort of create some special invitations for the senior community, because they don't always hear of these invitations. They discussed the school's parent academy and the success that it's seeing so far. And they had a representative from a company called Wellspring. It's a center for prevention, and it conducts educational guidance on dangers of drugs, alcohol use, as well as safe behavior. Some of their presentations are free, and some of them, because some of them are funded by the state, and some you have to pay for. But it was just a very nice resource to get to know, and we'll see how much we end up doing with them. That's it for my reports. Any questions for me? Perfect. Seeing none, I will, any subcommittee reports that we have for today?
Are you going to report on the traffic subcommittee or the specific issue for the traffic subcommittee, or is that?
We haven't had a meeting per se.
Okay.
Is there something that you wanted to mention?
No, I knew that I saw there's some residents for a specific issue, and I didn't know if you were going to speak to that issue.
I mean, we haven't had a meeting per se
Okay,
necessarily. Yeah, we did in response to the ideas and the queries from not last meeting, but I think 2 meetings ago. We did put up the dummy car, the ghost vehicle as it's called, the police car on Station Road, and that was not necessarily a result of the traffic subcommittee. It was just something that we could do right away to see what the result of that would be. And so cars certainly slowed down for a couple of days, but then they just picked right back up the way they were. But yes, we haven't had a traffic subcommittee meeting yet. Thank you. And department heads. He's not. So you know what? Yeah. All right. And something may have called him away. I know that they're busy. They're working on some things right now. So we have on our boards today, we have library and we have municipal alliance. So let's hear from our library first, if you don't mind, Dean. Thank you. When you speak, if you could just push down that button so that the red light goes on, and then you'll be audible. Welcome.
We're live? Okay, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Dean Klemack. I'm the technology librarian for the Cranberry Public Library. And I'd like to thank Cranberry Township for the proclamation for National Library Week. It's an honor to accept the proclamation on the library's behalf. While I have this moment, I'd like to just promote some library services and give some thanks accordingly. If you have not filled out a survey for the library, please do so. You can go to cranberrypubliclibrary.org, and on our homepage for library news, there's a direct link where anyone can fill out the survey. Or if you prefer a paper copy, you can come into the library and do that as well. We take both forms of that. I'd also like to talk about a new service that we just launched, as we're always trying to expand our services. The library now has Canopy, and what Canopy is, it is a digital streaming service. Cranberry card holders can watch unlimited movies through the app on your phone, the smart TV, a computer, all with your library card. All it takes is a library card and an account to sign in, and you can access movies immediately. From that, I'd also like to thank Delpha Georges from the Environmental Commission for putting on a program about sustainability in our own backyards for Cranberry at the library as well. And that's it. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
I was going to ask, have we put the link to the survey on the township news?
No, we
I
have
don't
not.
think I've
I've
seen
just
it.
put it down for
Okay,
myself.
all right, that'd be great if we could get
But
that.
you-
I believe so, yes.
Then if you did, it's on
If you want to send me that information, then I'll make sure that we check.
No, I'm sorry, I meant in the mayor's
Yeah,
update.
that's what I'm saying. So
Okay,
Yeah, so
Okay.
we typically have followed that process that,
All right, okay,
that
okay.
form that you created.
yeah.
Yes, so if it has been done and it's been missed, my apologies, but we will get that in. The information is the website.
Yes, yes. If you go onto the website and go to our homepage under library news, there's a big post with a banner that says National Library Survey, everything like that.
Okay,
When you click on that, there is a direct link to our Google form.
okay. Perfect. Any questions or any thoughts for Dean?
I just wanted to mention that
Sure.
that library that
Microphone.
also has to do with the wildlife certification so that Cranberry can become a wildlife certification. It's New Jersey National, that's not New Jersey. People could go to the National Wildlife Foundation website and find out what the checklist is to find out whether your home can be certified. And if we get 100 residents, we become a certified town.
Very nice. And who keeps track of that number? Is it the library?
No, the guy, I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's
I
a
know
member
we
of the
should-
EC. It's a member of the EC. Okay, perfect, wonderful. Thank you all so much at the library. What started out as an idea has blossomed into something that we all gravitate to. And every week we look forward to events that the library hosts. And when I'm in a gathering, people are constantly talking about something they attended, something that they wanted to attend, but there wasn't any space for them because it was so popular. So you're doing it right. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you so much for coming and letting us know about what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Certainly, certainly.
Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
We have another presentation tonight, and that will be by the Municipal Alliance. If we could have our chairperson, Joanne Charwin, please. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me this evening. I'm Joanne Charwin, the Chair of the Municipal Alliance. I have been on the Municipal Alliance for over 20 years, since I started as a school counselor at Cranberry School, and I have been the chair for 2 years and 5 months. So I would like to thank everybody on the Township Committee, Denise Marabello, Mayor Al Badway, for inviting me to come this evening. I'd like to just say that I have a wonderful committee to work with. It's a privilege to work with the professionals in the community and beyond the community. And if I could just give a shout out to our members, Sasha Weinstein is the vice chair, Chief Owens on the Cranberry Police is on our committee, Dr. Jennifer Disler, Cranberry School Chief School Administrator, Rhea Benaroff from Penn Medicine, Princeton Health. She's a Community Wellness Program Associate. Then Anjali Joshi, she's a meditation teacher. Andrea Kaplan, a Cranberry School teacher. Diane Stanley, social worker. Erica Skulman, who is a Cranberry School health teacher. She's an alternate. And Manish Kumar, a community member and IT leader. He's Erica and Manish are our alternates. And we have 2 students from the Cranberry School, 8th grade, who are our representatives for Cranberry School. And they are Kanish Manga, Petros Dracolopoulos, and Elizabeth Wong. Our secretary is Jackie Bryant. Our liaison is Mayor Badaway. I'm trying to get your name, pronounce your name correctly. And we currently have 1 opening on our committee. So we couldn't do this work without a wonderful committee that we have. And I'd like to talk a little bit about our accomplishments and our goals. So every year we sponsor the Cranberry School Jam Fest. We have 2, and they're held in November and February. They are for the middle school students, and they're very well attended. Close to, according to Dr. Disler, 98% of the middle schoolers attend, and there are a lot of fun things. for the students to do. They always have a theme. A lot of parents are involved in decorating. They have a photo booth, cotton candy, ice cream donated by Gillen Burt's, and the Municipal Alliance provides games. We have very large and heavy game equipment, ping pong tables, foosball tables, air hockey, and we provide virtual game support through Game Truck. And this past year, a very big accomplishment was that we found a permanent solution for storage for the Jam Fest equipment with the help of Denise Marabello, Iman, and the Township Committee. We were able to purchase a storage container to house all of the equipment right on the Cranberry School property, and it's right next to the pole barn. And now the school has easy access to the equipment. We don't have to pay for storage, and we don't have to pay for delivery. So it's really a win-win situation, and truly it took a village for this to happen. Chief Owens held the equipment temporarily at the police station. Dave Gallagher and Dave Wydell were very instrumental in finding a place and making everything work. So we're really very happy that that all came together. So thank you, everyone. Now, just recently, we had National Drug and Alcohol Week, Facts Week, and we're going to show a PSA. One of the things that we've done for the last 2 years is the students created a public service announcement for their peers. And it's a contest that's sponsored by the Partnership for a Drug-Free New Jersey. And Mike has it all set up, and we're going to watch this 30-second PSA that was created by our 3 student reps.
People died of sharp attacks last year. This is how many people died of just school shootings last year. This is how many people have died in the United States military in the last 10 years. And this is how many people have died of just drugs in 2022 alone. If you are struggling with drug addiction, there is help available, such as a national helpline, 1-800-662-4357, and overdose prevention centers.
Okay, that's it. Well, the students did a great job. They followed all the parameters of the contest rules, and they were very proud of themselves, and we were very proud of them for putting that together. It takes a lot. I want to pass this around. This is a little book I put together, copies of flyers and different programs that we've done through the Municipal Alliance, just so the TC can see everything. Thank you. So during that week, National Drug and Alcohol Weeks, this was shown in all the health classes, and we also send literature home to the parents. Last year, we sent a guide, a playbook for parents of preteens, a guide for parents to take actions to protect kids. It helps parents of preteens 7 through 12 to take actions to safeguard their health and well-being. It's from drugfree.org. And this year, we sent home information to parents about talking with kids about alcohol and other drugs, and that was through SAMHSA. Every year we have every year starting this year, we had a 4th grade folder art competition. This is also put out through the Partnership for a Drug-Free New Jersey, where this goes to whatever schools request it throughout New Jersey. The 4th graders can design a folder and then they're submitted. So the students participated in the contest this year through their art teacher, Stacy Cranage, and the entries are in the book, so you could take a look at them. So we hope to continue that in the future. Every year we give out a 3rd grade Healthy Life, Healthy Decisions coloring and activity book, sponsored again by the Partnership for a Drug-Free New Jersey and PSE&G. The activity book is colorful. It includes a contract for the child and the parents to sign together, pledging to stay alcohol, tobacco, and drug-free. And there are a lot of fun activities inside. And it's just for New Jersey residents. And they also, they point out the Jersey Shore. They have a puzzle about the Jersey Shore, which is really cute. So every year we have speakers. And I just wanted to tell you about our speakers that we had in 2023. We had student and parent assemblies titled A Better High, presented by Matt Ballas on the topic of resiliency and reducing stress. And we also had another parent and community Zoom presentation by Dr. Omar Abubakar on the topic of what parents need to know about opioids. Very informative and helpful programs. And we participated in 2023 in Cranberry School's 125th anniversary celebration on April 30th by setting up a table with information and displaying drug-free t-shirts from the past 30 years. So actually, Matt, if you don't mind helping me holding this up. So we had a quilt made of all the past 30 years of t-shirts. We actually got all of them. And it's many years of hard work and thought and dedication to substance abuse prevention. And it's a lot of fun for people to look at because you recognize the names of people who have participated in the contest in the past. Thank you.
Finally found that last part.
I did. I finally found the last one. And the funny story is that up until the day of, we did not have the last t-shirt. And I just pretty much gave up on the fact that we were going to have the last t-shirt. And who comes walking into the drug-free fair, the health and wellness fair? Barbara Adams. And she had on, she goes, "Oh, I want to show you. I have on my shirt that I got the first year that I was teaching at Cranberry School, and it was the missing shirt." So she was the savior of the day. We were really excited about that. So we've had the Health and Wellness Fair, the drug-free fair, for the past 30 years, and this year it's going to look different. We wanted to see how we can maybe combine with another organization and reach as many people as possible. And there was already a very large built-in audience for the National Night Out. So we're going to combine some of our resources with the Cranberry Police Department, and we're going to have the Health and Wellness Fair during the National Night Out. We're going to have some of our old favorites that we enjoyed at the previous Health and Wellness Fairs. We want to continue the t-shirts and a lot of the same kind of health and wellness type information that we provided in the past. So every year at Princeton High School for the past 2 years, every year for the past many years, we provide sandwiches during the Princeton High School orientation for freshmen in August, and not only provide sandwiches, but information on the teen helpline. This year and last year, Penn Med Princeton Health this year conducted the Teen Mental Health First Aid for PHS sophomores for the entire class, and trained 10% of PHS staff in mental health first aid in order to support the students. The lessons are taught by Debbie Miller, she's the Director of Community Wellness and Engagement, Craig Harley, the Associate Director of Community Wellness, and Maria Benaroff, who's on our Municipal Alliance, and she's the Community Wellness Associate. So they are in charge of all of the health and wellness programs through Penn Med. So it's really an honor to have them teach these classes. They're very well qualified, very enthusiastic, and have so much great information to impart to the students. So I just wanted to say that some of the things that they talk about in these classes are 6-session classes, and it's taught through phys ed, common signs and symptoms of mental health and substance use challenge, common signs and symptoms of mental health crisis, particularly suicide, the impact of school violence and bullying on mental health, how to open the conversation about mental illness and substance abuse with friends, and how to seek the help of a responsible and trusted adult. And as you can tell from that list, there are a lot of very sensitive subjects. And one thing that they do at the end of every session is they give the students an exit ticket. And the exit ticket says, are you good? You could check off one of the following. Are you good? Do you want someone to contact you today Do you want somebody to contact you during the week, or do you want somebody to contact you immediately? So they have received exit tickets, and what they do is when they receive an exit ticket, they go right to the guidance office, and the guidance counselors will take care of that. So it's an extremely worthwhile program, and according to Maria Benaroff, there's been a lot of engagement from the students. Every year, we set up a table with information at National Night Out and Cranberry Day. We have information and giveaways. We, at those events, we advertise that the police department has a drop box for medication, and that's for, it's an ongoing drop box that people can go to every day to drop things off. It's not just once a year. They can drop off pills, capsules, patches, inhalers, and pet medications. They cannot accept liquids or syringes. But if people do have those items, syringes, they can be dropped off at the Princeton Penn Medical Center. They accept sharps, syringes, EpiPens, and they can be brought to the east entrance in a closed container with their name and address attached, a plastic container. So the department, the DEA, has a National Prescription Drug Take Back Day just to advertise the fact how important it is to do this. And their actual day is this Saturday, April 27th. It's an official day to bring attention to this program. And the drop box is located at the police department. And it's very important to hand in old prescription medication. According to the DEA, too often unused prescription drugs find their way into the wrong hands, and it's dangerous and often tragic. I talk about at our meetings, there are free virtual Narcan trainings made available through Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School, and that's been advertised through the township, so thank you for doing that. There's also free monthly learning series webinars offered through the Partnership for Drug-Free New Jersey, and it's called Knockout Opioid Abuse, and it all centers around opioids. April 25th, they have a program called Trauma and Opioid Disorder. May 30th, Treating Pain Without Opioids. June 20th, Opioids, Impacts of Health Disparities and Discrimination. July 25th, Empowering Parents in Prevention and Recovery. And September 12th, Recovery, Overcoming Stigma and Misconceptions. And if anybody needs a link to get to those free webinars, you can send me an email to my township address. We also provide information about mental health awareness during the Mental Health Awareness Day, either on or around October 10th, when the Mayor's Wellness Committee have their Central State Live Live Well Mobile Health Clinic available. We celebrate Red Ribbon Week every year, and there's always a different theme. In 2023, it was Be Kind to Your Mind, and it was coordinated by Cranberry School counselors Christine Fulton and Leah Posella. And the peer leaders make announcements. They have buddy class activities, and the staff and students wear red on October 25th. We also have giveaways at Halloween on Main Street with a drug-free message. And our new ideas for 2024 will carry over many of our programs from previous year. As mentioned, themes and speakers change from year to year. And I talked about the Health and Wellness Fair being combined with National Night Out. The speaker theme this year focus on decision-making. Speaker for Parents in cooperation with Cranberry's Parent Institute. The topic will be how to teach kids to make good decisions and how to recognize early signs and symptoms of anxiety and where to go for help. And the speaker for students will be how to make safe decisions in tough situations. The Municipal Alliance is always seeking to find programs and new ways that will support and reinforce the message of positive mental health and substance abuse prevention to all of the populations in our community. And we thank the Township Committee for all of your support.
Well done. Well done, Joanne, and thank you so much. The municipal license is always busy, and you're always thinking of innovative ways to approach the situation of drug and alcohol abuse and mental health. And thank you so much for for taking us on the very brief journey of what you do, because I know there's more that you do. I have one quick question for you. Can you mention that date for the Living Well van again?
I don't know off the top of my head when it is for this September coming up. No,
Okay.
this October.
Okay,
It will be October, but I don't remember what the date is.
Okay. I should have that, but I don't have that. In any case, awesome. Any questions for Joanne?
I think it's a terrific idea to partner with the Health and Wellness Fair with the Night Out, because I think you'll reach a bigger audience too.
I think so.
It's terrific.
One last question. Who made the quilt out of the t-shirts?
Oh, I had a company that I found online called Repat.
Okay.
They make t-shirt quilts, and I had one made for my son of all of his t-shirts from when he was in high school, and he liked it more than I thought he would. And so I remembered it, and I thought that this would be a good way to always have a memory of all these wonderful shirts
Very nice.
from previous fairs.
Very nice. Thank you. And please extend our thanks to all of the Municipal Alliance members as well.
Okay, thank you.
Certainly. Thank you. Moving along in our agenda, any follow-up items for today? Any? Thank you for that book. None? Okay. So we have, on our boards and commissions, I have 2 vacancies to report today. HPC has a vacancy for second alternate Class C, expiring 12/31/25. Anybody interested in HPC? That's the Historic Preservation Committee or Commission? Commission, all right. And we have 1 full member expiring 12/31/26 on the Municipal Alliance, if anybody would like to volunteer for the Municipal Alliance. Thank you. We have, at this point, I wanted to invite up our Girl Scout. We have a work session. We have a Girl Scout Silver Award project. Would someone like to introduce this project for us today?
So tonight we have Kelly Sensi representing her duo of Girl Scout Silver Awards. And just to recognize, Silver Award is right about the 8th grade, seventh or eighth grade range, and it's then the sort of the culmination of the scouting career is kind of the Gold Award. So this is sort of the on the journey to Girl Scout Gold Award. And so Ms. Sensi has a project she wants to propose. She has followed all the proper channels. She has filled out the application form, and part of scouting is learning bureaucracy. So she has followed that. She has gone to the Parks Commission and gotten their approval for the projects. This is her last stop. So she has done all the necessary checks and confirmations.
She went to the Environmental
EC, I'm sorry,
Commission.
Environmental Commission.
Yeah,
Yep.
and her partner is not here today. So
exactly.
she's braving it alone.
Cool. Welcome. So thank you. I know this can be intimidating to be here and sit here, but thank you. And we'd love to hear a little bit about your project.
Okay, well, hi, I'm Kelly Sensi, and my good friend Jane and I are working on our Girl Scout Silver Award. We're 7th graders. And so what is our Silver Award? Our project is to create a monarch way station in the Cranberry Brook Preserve. And a monarch way station is a place that butterflies, specifically monarchs, can come during their migration trips to rest or reproduce. In the way station, we're going to be using native plants because they won't harm the environment, they'll grow better, and it's a win-win for everyone. And we hope to start planting in late April through early May. And I have a list here, but we're going to be using 2 milkweed plants and a variety of other nectar plants in the way station. And I think you guys talked about this before, but there will be a kiosk in about the center of the way station, which will display information about our project. And our project is actually continuing former Girl Scout and Boy Scout projects. So there's already information in there. We're just going to be renewing it, replacing it. And yeah. So I passed out a paper earlier, I think, and it shows where our project is. So it's located in the red circle. It's south from the Cranberry School, which is in the top right corner. And it's in the Cranberry Brook Preserve. It's on a little corner if you look on the map. So our project is going to be, hang on, sorry. So why are we doing this project? Our project is going to help the butterflies and their populations because, as you might know, butterflies and monarchs are endangered animals. And so milkweed, as said in its name, is a weed, meaning when farmers see it in their farms, I guess, they might try to kill it, which is harmful for the butterfly populations because they lay their eggs on the milkweed. We also hope to teach the community about this issue through events like National Night Out and Cranberry Day. We've gotten help from Delpha Georges, our Girl Scout advisor. She's back there. Thank you. Barbara Rogers, up here, she's our project advisor. And we've gotten advice from Master Gardeners Susan Tarr and Jessica Irons along the way. So we plan to sustain this project using multiple ways, including the Girl Scouts themselves. So we're going to get them to help us with planting, watering, weeding, and just generally looking over the area. And when I say the Girl Scouts, I mean the younger troops and our troop itself. We also hope to ask the Cranberry Rec Camp for help with watering in the hotter months, such as August, when the school is away. And speaking of the school, Jane and I are very involved in school clubs, such as Peak. And Peak itself has actually already offered to help us with planting. We have, I believe, 14 eighth graders who have also expressed that they would like to help us. And so we're grateful for them. Thank you. And sustainability is also like watering, weeding, and general maintenance. So when it comes to watering, our plants have medium water needs, which after talking with the master gardeners, they said that's suitable for cranberry in the cranberries area. And we hope to water once or twice a week, getting help from everyone else, and of course, taking in rain and when that happens, how much it rains. And so weeding and general maintenance is going to happen probably 2 to 3 times a year, or if me and Jane check it over and see that it might need more than that, we can adjust accordingly. And by general maintenance, I mean just go into the area, looking it over, and seeing if it might need anything. We also are going to get these plants through a donation from Rutgers. There's a very long name, which I'm going to be honest, I don't fully remember, but they have already helped with donating. And when it comes to the cost of this, most of it is going to be covered through donations from places such as Solar Landscaping, and they have offered to help us with donations. So thank you. Any questions?
So you have, first of all, thank you so much for that presentation.
Thank you.
And it was clear, and I very much appreciate a map because I don't exactly know the layout of the west property. And so this is very good to see. Cranberry Brook Preserve.
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
It's my.
I got it. I got it. I mean, you've answered the question of what you're going to do. You've answered the question about how you're going to fund it. You've answered the question about how it's going to be maintained and remain sustainable. Does anybody here have a question on any of those?
I mean, I think you addressed all the questions I had. I just want to thank you. I mean, I don't know if we've ever had a silver award come to this committee before. So I just want to acknowledge once again that it can be a little intimidating. And I really want to give you a lot of credit for coming up as a 7th grader, a rising 8th grader to do this in this forum and just recognize that you're coming in as, you got an A in public speaking if there's an award for this. So seriously, thank you.
It's the 3rd Sensi too, so.
It's a indeed.
Streak.
You had
Streak
to.
going.
Your brothers were here. I just really applaud this because that area has had plantings, and that was a silver award prior, and to just build on it is so important, and also that was an Eagle Scout project, and there is an animal that is digging into that kiosk. So I am really happy that you're going to be replacing that center, the board. So that's terrific that you are not only managing an area, but you're also growing it into a bigger project. So that's
Thank you.
very well done.
Well, you look like you have a great team behind you, and you certainly have the support of this TC. So congratulations, and we look forward to a wonderful monarch butterfly station. Is that what this is called?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you to Delpha. Thank you to Barbara and everybody else involved
So
in this.
do we need to formally
Yeah.
can I move that we approve the proposed Girl Scouts Silver Award project proposal?
Aye.
Are you seconding?
Second.
Yes.
I'll do a roll call. Mr. Ferrante,
Yes.
Mrs. Knierim is absent. Dr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
And Mayor Bedway?
Yes.
It's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is the easy part. Now you got to build it.
Great.
Well done. Congratulations. How do you follow that, right?
Ordinances.
I understand
Yeah,
ordinances, right?
First readings.
The very sterile ordinances. Okay, so for today, we have 2 ordinances up for first reading.
We'll start with our first ordinance, which is Cranberry Township Ordinance Number 04-24-11, creating in the Code of the Township of Cranberry, Middlesex County, New Jersey, Chapter 131, entitled Tree Removal and Replacement. If we can have a motion.
I'll move to introduce.
I'll second.
Thank you. We'll move on to roll call. We have Mr. Ferrante.
Yes.
Mrs. Knierim is absent. Dr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
And Mayor Bedway.
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to move on to the second. As a reminder, first reading, we don't have any comment. So on our second ordinance for first reading is Cranberry Township Ordinance Number 04-24-12, amending the Code of the Township of Cranberry, Chapter 41, titled Shade Tree Commission. If I could have a motion for intro.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Ferrante.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. We'll move on to roll call. Mr. Ferrante.
Yes.
Mrs. Knierim is absent. Dr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Bedway.
Yes.
Thank you. It's unanimous. And we'll move on to the,
We have one up for second reading?
which
Oh,
is
but which
being
is being
rescheduled.
rescheduled for
Yes,
May
it wa-
13th,
Yes,
so-
it's on the agenda because it was originally scheduled for this evening. However, we are rescheduling it for May 13th. So we're not doing a motion second. No comment tonight.
Indeed, okay. We can, however, move on to our resolution for our non-consent item, item A, 0424-054.
So moved.
I'll second. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to roll call again. Mr. Ferrante.
Yes.
Mrs. Knierim is absent. Dr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
And Mayor Bedway.
Yes,
That's unanimous for all present. Thank you.
excellent.
Um,
And
I was going to say, I wanted to thank everybody who worked on this. Iman and I worked on the sub-team for the Parks and Rec. So this names the new members to our brand new Parks and Rec Commission. So we go over the course of the year. And I want to thank Mayor Al, by the way, for sort of kicking us, and I think Mr. Scott last year too, of saying, why do we have these 2 commissions? There's so much role confusion. And I started as liaison for this year for the rec, and it became very clear that there was as much liaising between the committee as there was work being done sort of outward from the committee. So I think this was a smart move. I think we have a great group of recharged volunteers that are excited to be on this combined committee. So I think it's a great step forward and a quick move.
I'd like us to read the names. Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
please.
And as liaison, Michael, would you like to read this?
Sure, I'm happy to. So the appointments for the Parks and Commission, Kelly Lavery will be a 3-term member. Brendan Hansen will a 3-year term member. Brendan Hansen will be a 3-year term member. Deepak Ramakrishnan will be a 3-year term member. Omar Mobinuddin will be a 2-year term member. Katie Harmon will be a 2-year term member. Adam Knierim will be a 1-year term member. Sally O'Grady will be a 1-year term member. Christina Fatikas will be a 1-year alternate member. And Fallon Scissor will be the 1-year alternate member. And so when we started this, they have rotating terms, but when you start them all at once, you have to put them on 1, 2, and 3-year rotation so they don't all expire every year. So
Exactly.
very exciting.
Website will be updated.
Yep. Great. Thank you.
Wonderful. We're very excited and very grateful that they've all stepped up to volunteer in this capacity. Excellent. Thank you.
Just
very
a
much.
quick question. So the first meeting will be this 17th? Excellent.
It will follow the same timeline as the
As
rec
rec.
meeting.
Yep.
Yes, yes. Wonderful, thank you. We have other consent resolutions, A, B, and C. Would anybody like to discuss any of those separately, or can we accept a
I'll
motion?
move
to-
A through C.
Second.
Thank you. We're going to move on to roll call. Mr. Ferrante.
Yes.
Mrs. Knierim is absent. Dr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Bedway.
Yes.
Thank you. It's unanimous for all those present.
Excellent. Excellent. It's amazing. We're at the end of our agenda. Seeing as the sun
Oh,
has
yeah.
set,
That's right in here. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
good? Oh,
Sorry.
all right. With the sunset, I just wanted to greet those that are celebrating a very happy Passover. I believe it starts at sunset. And we will be also, I think residents will be celebrating an Easter. Some have celebrated, some will be celebrating. So happy Easter to all of them and happy Passover to those celebrating tonight. At the end of our agenda here, we would like to now open this up for public comment. And I will remind the public that we have 3 minutes each to speak, and it is your turn to speak, our turn to listen. If at the end of our public comment we're able to address anything, we will. But this is truly our time to listen to what you have to say. Please, members of the public.
Good evening. I'm here to provide a brief update on the Station Road traffic since last month's meeting. I'm sorry to introduce myself. Rich Geruso, 14 Station Road. As you should know, 8 Station Road residents spoke at last month's TC meeting to express our collective concerns around the speeding and unsafe driving that has become pervasive and needs to be addressed. Let's start off with some good news. On March 26th, the day after the March TC meeting, Cranberry Police set up speed enforcement for a few hours. I worked from home that day and watched as at least 10 cars were pulled over for speeding. While the volume of traffic was typical, the reduced speeding provided a meaningful improvement. I'd like to publicly thank the Cranberry Police for their efforts. Unfortunately, that's where the good news ends. As I stated at last month's meeting, the speeding and unsafe driving returns almost immediately after the police have moved on from patrolling Station Road. It happened again this month after each instance of speed enforcement on Station Road ended. And now some unfortunate commentary to share. On April 17th, I watched a car cross the double yellow to pass 3 separate Middlesex County Public Works trucks. One employee in the Public Works truck laid on the horn to show his dissatisfaction, and the driver seemingly couldn't care less. This is not the first time that I've seen a car cross the center line and pass on Station Road. It is unsafe and it's completely unacceptable. Additionally, I feel obligated to respond to some of the comments made after the public comment portion of last month's meeting. Several residents reached out to me to express their disappointment over the seeming lack of understanding and acknowledgement of the problem we've brought to this committee. I acknowledge the traffic problems extend beyond Station Road, but I believe this committee has some work to do to convince the residents of Station Road that their concerns are being taken seriously and we're working together to find a real solution. In short, we need more than signage and the occasional police presence to fix this problem. To that point, I'd like to suggest a couple of longer-term solutions for consideration with our county and state partners. First would be a forced turn island where Station Road meets Route 130. This would effectively prevent traffic from crossing Route 130 on Station Road, but would still allow emergency vehicles to access Station Road if needed, which is a critical point of distinction. Second solution would be to change the timing of the light at Station Road and Route 130. Making that light considerably longer than the light at Old Trenton Road would shift some of the Waze and Google Maps users to Old Trenton Road over time. These are relatively low-cost solutions, especially when compared to the crosswalk project brought up in the March meeting that would improve the traffic situation on Station Road immensely. Lastly, the electronic speed sign on Station Road that's closer to Main Street hasn't been working for over a week. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else?
Yep, other one. It stays on.
That was the right one?
Yeah,
All right.
you're good.
Perfect. All right. My name is Tyler Donato. I live on 15 Station Road. So I would just like to take the time today to just talk about the immediate reaction after the last town hall committee meeting and why it was appreciated but ultimately ineffective. The day after the committee meeting, so Tuesday, March 26th, there was a police officer posted on Station Road, which led to a total of 9 cars getting pulled over, and I think additionally also a truck. The residents of Station Road and thus Cranberry immediately applauded and recognized the increased police presence, which could easily be seen on a post on All About Cranberry that garnered 68 likes. However, after the occurrence of speed traps significantly decreased, and we were instead provided an unmanned police cruiser and speed signs. An unmanned police cruiser was placed about 3 houses down from 130, which for a day or two seemed to slow down commuters utilizing Station Road. Unfortunately, due to a large percentage of Station Road drivers being daily commuters, they very quickly noticed that it was unmanned and would not lead to any consequences for speeding and reckless driving. As for the speed signs, they deter some people from speeding, but firsthand experience, I've witnessed drivers continue to pick up speed even after seeing the signs flashing blue and red lights, which means that they're going over 35. Additionally, the speed signs posted to grab the attention from drivers coming from Main Street needs to be moved back. In most cases, it won't register the speed until after the vehicle has passed, making it completely useless. Even after the 2 aforementioned responses from the town, cars and trucks still continue to speed down Station Road at a speed that can lead to some very serious consequences. Upon further research, I uncovered it takes a car traveling at least 40 miles per hour, which is very common for the cars on Station Road, at least 80 feet to cease moving. 80 feet is not even factoring in the driver's reaction time. Most houses, and specifically my house, is only 15 feet from the road. A permanent solution needs to be implemented before something irreversible occurs. It is very disappointing to have worked so hard to buy my house and feel the need to be concerned by every passing car on the street on a daily basis. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody else?
Either one, whichever keeps it on, the other one then. There you go.
Great, thank you. Dennis Morgan, 28 Station Road. Good evening, Township Committee members. Wanted to thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight, to voice our concerns over ongoing traffic safety issues on Station Road. Also want to thank Rich for spearheading this effort on behalf of the residents of Station Road. When my family moved to town in 2016, I attended a town council meeting expressing concerns about excessive speeding on the street and safety concerns. Unfortunately, the same issues remain and have visibly gotten worse, highlighted by a recent accident on the road that it could easily have caused a loss of life or a property. Given it's been several years of town being aware of the situation, it seems that the ongoing concerns aren't being taken seriously and permanent solutions aren't being explored. From personal experience, if you drive through Heightstown, Robbinsville, Allentown, Princeton, you don't speed because of fear of being ticketed. Some of the reasons that I've heard over the years why the speeding problem couldn't be solved were Cranberry doesn't have a dedicated traffic judge, and any tickets that are written will go to neighboring towns, not making it cost effective and a drain on police officers' time having to be present for traffic court sessions. 2, driving through Cranberry back in the day was known as the Cranberry Crawl, based on the fear of being ticketed. However, this was before the development that took place. Law enforcement staffing has now been stretched beyond capacity, having to deal with issues that take place along all of Route 130 and the distribution centers having to deal with issues over there. Current temporary solutions that have recently been put in place, such as an unmanned police officer car, seasonal speeding alert signs, and increase in manned police presence on the road, offered up a temporary solution for a week or 2, but the speeding is back. It is time that real permanent solutions are explored and put in place. Given committee members past and present have been aware of the situation and have heard about this ongoing issue for many years, what is being done to resolve it? Speed bumps, diverting traffic off the road, crosswalks, additional law enforcement, staffing assigned to elevated, consistent ticketing could be viable options. Station Road residents can no longer live with this issue, and the committee needs to be proactive in order to avoid the next accident that could easily produce a more regrettable outcome than the last situation or that accident that happened on the road. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. I think the right.
Can you sign in, please? And the form. Thank you. 10 minutes to 8.
Hello, and thank you for having us. My name is Glenn Schulte, and I'm at 43 Station Road, which is the last house on the left before you get to 130. And I see basically everything that was mentioned by my other fellow Station Road residents, especially the U-turns that take place primarily during rush hour. They come in, they turn around at Stockton and go back to the traffic light and go across 130. It's been going on for ages, especially since all those warehouses got put in down the street. There's a bunch of that going on. I don't see as much speeding as as my other fellow residents do down the street farther. The traffic enforcement was great when the cop car was there, and they were very sneaky about it, and parked one here and parked one behind it, and so they thought it was empty, and then they came around and got pulled over. And I saw many cars get pulled over. I never kept count. The one thing I would say is if you want to put a dead car there, turn it around every day. That'll keep people guessing. Oh, maybe somebody's there now. I don't know. That might help ease the problem. I don't know. Well, the thing that really gets me is the U-turns and the trucks, and just a flat out ban on, 45-foot trailers might be something that's called for. And I like the suggestion I heard from, I'm not sure who that was, about, turning it into a circle or whatever, so, nobody can come in. That sounded like a good idea to me. Speed bumps would also sound like a good idea. And I understand Station Road is a county road, so we don't totally have jurisdiction over that. So being as it is, I would ask you to consider taking it over, so we get plowed at the same rate everybody else does, because all the other streets are nice and, plowed when the snow comes, and, Station Road, sometimes it's not as well maintained as our gentlemen in town do. And I think that's about it.
Thank you so much for your comment.
Okay, turn this off on the left.
The same button, the right button. Thank you. Anybody else? Would anybody else like to speak? All right, seeing none, I would like to close this portion, this public comment. It doesn't fall on this TC lightly that we have issues of safety on our road that affect our residents. And if the solution was easy, we would already be there. But this is an ongoing task. And I apologize if you feel that my comments during the last meeting didn't meet the mark that you wanted it to. If we can talk a little bit about what some of you have mentioned today, the county does have jurisdiction over Station Road. And interest in this TC and previous TCs to have the county step up and offer remedies for traffic calming have fallen short. As early or as late as last year, we were denied a speed hump or a speed bump on Station Road. It is a practice that I believe is no longer really encouraged because it is an expense to the county, not only to install, but also to maintain, and it affects their plows. So it's the county plows that come in. We also, as we mentioned in the last meeting, attempted to have the striping across Station Road to give the visual that there are people, residents that walk here. And the county made that rather difficult to implement also, requiring us to have a very expensive project with sidewalks on either side of the road and ADA compliant sort of entrance and off of that. Now, all the additional suggestions today are something that we're very happy to look at. One suggestion that was made last meeting was to have a four-way stop, and that was looked at, and that was deemed illegal. Actually, the engineer said that's something that cannot be done. So we even explored that, and I hope what you can gather from seeing a vehicle that was a ghost vehicle being put out on the street so quickly after your commentary is that your TC is listening to you. The police is listening to you. And while I don't offer any concrete solutions this evening, we do collectively join in with you in the interest of trying to figure out a way to make this more manageable. The behavior of erratic driving, fast driving, is out of control. And it is not only on Station Road, unfortunately. We have statistics again this week from the police department where they have doubled their stops in this month of 2024 compared to this month of 2023. So the behavior in people is only getting worse with regards to driving, unfortunately. The accident as it occurred last month, unfortunately, was related to alcohol. And it was something I couldn't mention then because it was still an ongoing investigation, but it was an alcohol-related speed accident. And it was unfortunate, and we're very grateful that everybody was safe in that. So again, I open it up to this TC and anybody else who has anything else to add to this. I'm sorry, we've closed public comment. I'm so sorry. Anything else from my TC? I want you all to know that it weighs heavily on me that there is a speeding issue that affects the quality of your life and the safety of your life. We are hearing you. You are not being ignored. If there was an easy solution, we would be there right now. And we are happy to keep looking. And that's what we're doing. We are still in this state of trying to figure out what else can we do. So I appreciate our comments tonight, and I appreciate everybody that is here in the audience and on the TC. We are at the end of our public comment and our comment of the public comment. And so I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good.